Hi, my name is Mike O'Shea. I'm a special ed teacher at Joliet West. For my tech integration plan, I decided to use my co-taught English 4 classes. The unit I chose was the Unit 3A research project. My technology plan revolved around the students not simply creating a standard research paper, but developing an interactive Google site where they could share their research information with authentic audiences. This plan revolved around the SAMR framework. I created a SAMR frame for the students, but also for me as a teacher. For the students, substitution started with a draft of their website using Google Docs. This draft is where the students created all the text for their website. As you can see, each section has leading questions in it. Here's where the students created their driving question. You can see we were able to comment through it during the process. It starts with a standard topic overview. You can see we gave them guiding questions on how to finish this section, an idea of how many words. You can see where instead of technical, just MLA formatting, the students were able to put in links to all of their sources. For augmentation, the students were guided through this project using our 3A research website. This website housed everything for the project, from timelines to help with their annotated bib to help with sources. For modification, normally for this project, students are given a paper timeline. For this project, however, we decided to make an interactive timeline as part of our website. However, after getting student feedback, they wanted something more daily, more specific. So we kind of turned the timeline in to daily agendas, where the students would work through certain goals on a daily basis. And you can see there's interactive links throughout. The last piece was my favorite, which is redefinition. For the final draft of the paper, the students created a Google site instead of a traditional paper. The hope here is that the site will be not just shared with teachers and peers, but individuals outside the district who have a stake in the topic. As stated earlier, I also created a teacher SAMR framework. The substitution was very similar to the students. We gave the students an interactive draft that kind of walked them through the text that will go into their website. For augmentation on the teacher framework, my co-teacher and I created a 3A research website. This site housed everything the students needed for the project. Our assignment sheet right here, some examples. This is where you can find the timeline and agendas, help with the annotated bib, which started the project. We have a PowerPoint, cheat sheets for the annotated bib. Also, we have a page that helps the students find sources, decide what are good sources. We also have a page that has a site tutorial. We scaffolded the students through the process, but in case they miss something, we have help for them right here. We also walk them through each section of their site here. As I stated earlier, for modification, we decided to create an interactive timeline. However, with student feedback, that turned into interactive daily agendas with goals that help the kids walk through the process step by step. This also included links that would take them back to the site and to Google Classroom, depending on what we were doing that day. For the teacher redefinition, this is similar to the student. This is where we scaffolded them through the process of creating a website. So for their final draft of the research project, they created an interactive Google site that we walked them through. This site included much of the text of a normal paper, but added like a visual element to their project. As you can see, there's images that accompany the ideas. Here we have a driving question. As we move through, students were able to add video. This student actually did a fantastic job. She added a virtual experience of what it's like to be in solitary confinement. She also added a news story. This was one of the most well done sites we received. Here's another quick example of a site. You can see again he leads with the driving question, scans of the brain talking about CTE. Again, very visually pleasing. You can see he has links to his sources. Overall, very well done. The linchpin of this site was the final portion. This was the action plan, or what we made the conclusion. We challenged the students to help others get involved. We asked them, what can we do right now as individuals to ensure the best possible outcomes for this social issue? They had to develop a plan for their reader to get involved with the issue. So the students were challenged to create specific steps someone can take to be part of shaping the perception of their social issue. They were to establish a Twitter hashtag that could be used for activism, create a petition, distribute it to others, or simply develop their own plan. Here's a quick example of an action plan. This student wrote about CTE and concussions in football. He had the idea of following a movement in youth football that has already begun to ban youth football in 4 states, ending CET in youth football players. When reflecting on this, I think a lot of our students enjoyed the project. They appreciated the opportunity to do something different with their research project. This project was well worth the extra effort put into it. I think having the students go beyond the normal paper was an idea that was a long time making in our co-taught class. We've tried several methods of having our students reach an authentic audience, but have not yet had any of the ideas pan out. The creation of a site and an action plan made this idea feel real. Having the students think about and focus on an audience outside the classroom made for an overall better project. After this experience, I would definitely love to have the opportunity to teach a blended course in my career.